Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the State of the Fish Tank address. And today we're starting out with the neon yellow Neocaridina Davidi shrimp tank. Because right there in the center of your screen is an itty bitty baby shrimp. Now I know my camera is not perfect. It is right in the center of your screen. Mama shrimp had most of her eggs hatch, and when they're this young, they are incredibly tiny, and they tend to hide. So they can be all around the tank. This is Mama Shrimp up here. She's got like 2 eggs left on her. But the Neocaridina Davidi neon yellows are doing good. So eggs have hatched. They've been the sole survivors of that tank, that system crash a few months ago. As you can see over here, there is a fresh molt. They are molting A-OK. I'm switching them back to my hard water very slowly, just directly from my well. And that's eventually what's going to be the standard in these tanks, because that's what's been most successful for me overall. So moving on to the Assassin Snail tank. So we've got plenty of Assassin Snail eggs. Some have hatched, some have not. Now, as for seeing any baby assassins at this particular point, I don't see any. That being said, they will also be extremely tiny, so I'll be feeding supplemental food in here, because as you can see, all these empty snail shells are indicative that the assassins have been eating very, very well, and that's why they are procreating so much. That's why we got so many eggs. So I do fully expect to see a giant brood of assassin and snail babies pop up somewhere in the next coming month or so. We do have plenty of baby bladder snails, which that's good to have in this tank. So the assassin snails are doing okay. Now for these tanks over here, so tank number 5, 2, and 1. There's not really anything going on. I'm just aging the water, letting it sit there, because I have other plans for them. Now, down here, we've got the auxiliary tank for emergencies. It's just sitting there. We'll get to the 40 in a second, because I want to talk about the freshwater river prawn, because these guys are actually doing really, really well. And I just fed them. There's a prawn right there. There's a prawn right there. They just take the nom-noms and run away. And then there's another prawn over there. They are doing so incredibly well. Much, much better than I expected. And they are happy, spunky, doing their thing. They are growing. They are growing very well. They are at least an inch, if not more now. So they will eventually get very big. But for now, they are just kind of doing as they do in this 55, which hopefully will house them for a long enough time for them to grow up. So that tank right there, the garbage pig tank, just it's still in the cycling process. It's got the hang-on back. I got to get some more Fluval Biomax to put in on the other side. It's running carbon and Biomax right now. I have carbon in there because I don't know what kind of gunk that tank has been subjected to over the years. So I'm cleaning it on a chemical level still. Over here we've got the 40 breeder, where we've got our little adopted fishies. And we've also put the last of the Mexican dwarf crayfish in here. Mexican dwarf crayfish, that breeding operation has pretty much ceased. The Mexican dwarves are way more violent towards each other than I thought they would be. Honestly, I've had much better success raising full-size crayfish, even wild crayfish, compared to these Mexican dwarfs. They are feisty. So the little baby fishies, as you can see, I've got some Mickey Mouse platies, some, I think sunset platies? Could be wrong about the name. And then we've got some little baby mollies around here. You know, pretty typical live-bearing fish. And what's kind of weird is I've got this green film up here. Not sure where it came from, but dealing with that is going to be weird. I think I can scoop it all out, but for right now it doesn't seem to be a problem. We got Peaches doing his thing. You know, he's kind of a reclusive little guy. He's really camera shy. But so far, really, everything is going really well. Figure I would give you guys just an update because there are things going on now. So that is the state of the tank address. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more updates, more fun things to come. Once I get the prawns a little bigger and get some more baby shrimps going, get the assassins going, then I'll get my panther crab project going, which I may or may not be getting another fish tank, believe it or not, because a friend might be giving me like a 55 gallon or something. But that's a discussion for another time. That would take more physical space and investment to do. As of right now, one of these tanks is definitely going towards the panther crab project. I need to do more research on panther crabs so I can fully understand their breeding cycle. From what I've gathered, they're not really any harder to breed than crayfish, and I've had a pretty good amount of success with big size crayfish. It's just those Mexican dwarf crayfish that have been giving me problems. So, anywho, thanks for watching, guys. And as like I said, I'll keep updating when things happen. If there's nothing really going on, I'm not really going to update all that much, but things take time. So, that being said, the time for this video to end. So, have a good one.